Welcome back to For Goodness Sake, where, as a former Mormon, I take a look at the good things that I carry with me into my new, more secular worldview. Today's topic is reminders. Are reminders good, or are they a form of manipulative mind control? I want to start out by reading a scripture from the Old Testament. This is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. So the first two verses just lay out the law. The Lord is one God, and you have got to love him with everything, all your whole being. Now, verses 6 through 9 really talk about reminders, today's topic. And these words which I command you this day shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise. So basically, all the time. And you shall bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be as a frontlet between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. So, in other words, we are supposed to think about this stuff and talk about this stuff all the time. And we're supposed to put physical reminders on our own bodies and on our houses so that we can always be seeing the words, thinking about the words, talking about the words. Now, to me, this seems like blatant mind control. Like we're trying to drill into their minds, the Lord is God, and I love the Lord with all my heart, mind, and soul. Like you say it to yourself over and over and over until you can't think of anything else, right? It seems like manipulation and mind control. But on the other hand, if I put myself back into my believing mindset and I really did believe that God was in control and that I loved him with all my heart, mind, and soul, putting that as a reminder on my wall or my doorpost would just seem like a great little reminder, like a helpful little pick-me-up. I'm busy doing other things, and then I look at that and I go, oh yeah, I do love God, you know? And it's something that's helpful. I remember as a kid growing up, my parents used to have a quote wall, where on the whole wall, we would just take little pieces of paper and write quotes. Sometimes we would write them kind of fancy, but they were just simple pieces of paper that we would tape up to the wall. And they were just great reminders. I still remember to this day a lot of these quotes that stay in my brain because I saw them so often. For example, one of them said, "An ounce of morning is worth a pound of afternoon." You know, get up early and get your stuff done because it's a lot easier to just get things done in the morning. And I still live by that to some degree. Another one of the quotes that they had on the wall said, "The surest way to fail is to try to please everyone." I still believe that that's true, and I love that that quote is in my brain because I saw it so often. I think physical reminders are incredibly important and can be very meaningful. When I go on vacations, one of my favorite things is to see statues and monuments and spend the time to actually read the plaques and information so that I can get a feel for what's really important. You know, someone at some point thought this event is so meaningful that we need to remember it, and we need to have a physical reminder that puts it into our brains and reminds us of some virtue or important event. This is why I really do think it is important to participate in the debate about which statues we should keep and which statues we should get rid of. It's not that we're trying to erase history, but it is a matter of us forming our collective memory of the past. And we control our collective memory of the past through these physical reminders. One of the biggest physical reminders that I used for 24 years as a Mormon were the LDS garments. And the truth is, I didn't mind wearing them. They were always a constant reminder to me of my love for God and my love for his church and what I felt like was the truth. Once I came to the realization that the church wasn't true and that God wasn't real, they became a symbol of oppression to me, and I stopped using them. But I still believe in controlling our environment to help ourselves to remember what's most important to us. One thing I carry around is this little reminder from the British Museum of the Rosetta Stone and how important it is to have evidence for the truth that we believe in. So this is a little reminder that I carry around with me. But the point is, let's be mindful about the reminders that we create for ourselves. Let's create sacred spaces for ourselves. Not sacred in the sense that God approves of it, but sacred in the sense that they remind us of what is most important to us, of the people that we love, of the ideas that we love, of the truths that we cherish. And let's create those spaces and reminders for ourselves for goodness sake.